Melissa, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us what happened to you after you started your microdosing experience.
It was like my lights turned on again. I felt hopeful and I felt like I could finally start to put the pieces of my life back together. But we ran out of mushrooms. So I was, we were complete amateurs at growing in our home. And I definitely felt my mental health start to spiral downward again. And almost serendipitously, a friend of mine introduced me to ayahuasca. So I did a couple of ceremonies, guided ceremonies with ayahuasca. And that, I believe, truly got to the core of my issues and healed me in a very long-lasting, permanent way where I felt I had my life back and I can be that mom that I always wanted to be, and I can be the wife and the employee that I've always wanted to be as well.
When was the last time you had a guided experience with ayahuasca?
It was actually in 2020, right before the pandemic hit, which I think was almost divine intervention. I had no idea what kind of stressful situation we were about to get into in the March of 2020. I almost knew that I needed to do something, and I wanted to, ayahuasca feels like 10 years of therapy in one night. It really like clears your decks in your head, and it gives you like almost a fresh start. So I'm really grateful that I had that experience, and it's something I'll probably do for the rest of my life.
Have you used any other medications or any therapy since then? I'm just trying to get a feel for how long this has lasted for you.
Yeah, so my first ayahuasca experience was January of 2019. I'm a big proponent of talk therapy, so I'm still doing that as well. I think it's definitely important to have that alongside with your psychedelic experiences with plant medicine. So again, these are practices that I will probably engage in for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, impressive responses that, it's almost too good to be true. You're always skeptical when it's like a magic book and it happens, but it can happen. And Leslie, I know you personally had an experience with ayahuasca yourself. Tell us about that. Did you have a similar experience?
I can completely attest to what Melissa is saying. I have done ayahuasca a few times with a shaman in a ceremony setting, and it's completely life-changing. I've never thought you could experience such a profound spiritual experience in my entire life, and I probably would have never had that if I didn't do ayahuasca. And it's literally like doing years of therapy on yourself, in your mind for hours, and you remember everything when you come out of it, and you make changes in your life, and you get a lot of answers to life's questions that you might have been searching for, and you didn't know how to dig deep into yourself to find them.
And you're still living the effects of that experience, that it helped then and it continues to help you.
And a lot of people I've spoken to at these ceremonies, you go in a group setting at the end and you share your experience and you share what you were shown. And I've never heard so many people have so many profound effects. It's beautiful.
Interesting.